so much for your time. We're here at the Outrigger Fiji Beach Resort, and there's a lot on offer. I mean, you've got 4 restaurants here, so you can sort of eat at 4 different places throughout a week and actually almost not double up with your dinners.
Well, that's it. Yeah, it's great to get all our restaurants up and running, and indeed we try to have a big selection all the way through, and whatever type of cuisine, hopefully we think we've catered for it, and it gives a great deal of variety for people when they do get here.
It's a bit of an X factor for you. Not every resort in Fiji has 4 restaurants that people can enjoy when they're at the resort.
Yeah, that's too true. I mean, we're very lucky like that, and we've got a very good kitchen team, and so there's everything there. And we do, of course, we do some great local dishes, and we have some theme nights that look after the Fijian cuisine and Lovo and some of those traditional dishes. But also, we've got a great selection there. Whether our poolside restaurant has a big variety of Asian dishes. Otherwise, get some steak or seafood once you head down to Sundowner, which is overlooking the beach. So you couldn't ask for a nicer experience.
No, and you've got a wonderful day spa here as well, don't you?
Well, Bembe Spa, yeah, it's certainly an award-winning spa. We've done very nicely, and a lot of our guest feedback is always so positive. It's one of those things that it often books out before guests even arrive. The views are amazing. It's well worth checking out online if you haven't been to the spa before. We have 7 double treatment rooms that all have got amazing coastline views. And
again, you've got bures that have got wonderful coastline views right along the beach as well, don't they?
Well, as you know, James, we certainly do, and we have 47 bures scattered throughout the property, and then we have, of those, there's 7 that are beachfront and 7 that are just tucked slightly behind those as well. And it's great because our ocean here is we're on the Coral Coast, so you get to have a nice, beautiful outlook there, and it's very textured, the way you can see the reef right in front of your bure.
And Outrigger as a brand has a lot of initiatives in place that are about the environment, and given the nature of where your property is, obviously that's a key issue for you as well, isn't it?
Yeah, very important. I mean, we have what's called ozone, and so it's something that we take very seriously. In our oceans, we have a number of coral beds that are out there right now. I think it's about 11 coral beds at the moment. So when guests are here, they have the opportunity to do both. They can snorkel out there and have a look on the reef and look at all the coral beds, but also they can contribute. So we have an opportunity to actually plant some of the coral. So that's a program that we have regularly in place with our guests to be a part of, and they can also build like little fish houses as well, and it's fantastic. And you can come back each year and have a look and see how your coral is growing or how your fish house is slowly developing into a very small little mini reef out in our ocean beds.
And it's one of the many initiatives you have, and it's also one of the great things about with families that can come here. Some Fiji resorts say they focus on the adults only market, whereas you're one of the best kid resorts in the South Pacific.
Oh, look, indeed, we take great pride. Again, we've won a few awards with our famous kids club. We have like a Little Riggers and our Beach Riggers. We have a teens program, and then we don't forget the adults either. We also have a program that looks after the adults too. So, yeah, we've got so much land here, and it's great to take the kids out. They learn a lot on the reef, so we have little sessions. We'll take the kids out, and they learn a lot about the reef, the fish, and the different types of coral and things like that. But also we've got a great little play area as well with, of course, the swings, the slides, and you name it. And then, of course, we've got a family pool, so we're very well looked after for all of our kids and family facilities. But we also, just quietly off to the side here, we have the adults only area too. So we try to cater for both markets effectively. We've got our own adults only pool area. If you go up to the spa, that's all adults only up there. We've got a nice sunset lounge. So we've got the facilities to look after both. So if you're coming here as a couple and doing the romantic thing or a retiree thing and just want to have a quiet one, we can look after you with that as well.
And your X factor, I think it's going to be this, you're going to say it's the service. You've got some of the best service in the South Pacific.
Well, yeah, the X factor is a big one for us, which is because we have a couple of unique points there, which I think most guests absolutely love. And one of them certainly is, we have a May service, which is basically where they're nannies that will look after your little ones. And they're there for you throughout your entire stay. Or the other one that's a real one that guests love is our Talai Butler service. Now the Talai Butler, if you book one of our bure or suite products, for example, the Talai Butler will meet and greet you on arrival, they'll orientate you into your room, then they will be back and visiting you, looking after all your needs. They will help you with like booking any services, any tours that you need, so they're there to help the whole time. And the nice little surprise there is that at sunset, you'll get a nice little glass of bubbly and a couple of canapes that'll just look after you before you go to dinner. And then when you come back from dinner, there's a little liqueur and a nice little sweet treat there to finish off your evening as well. So the Tallow Butler is something that always leaves our guests feeling very pleased with the service, and it really adds that little bit of X factor to what is a wonderful resort environment.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thanks, James. Welcome.